नमस्कार, आप देख रहे हैं एनएस मीडिया ग्रुप में इसके रंजन उद्योग व्यापार की खास खबरों के साथ। दोस्तों, अभी मैं मौजूद हूं इंडिया हैबिटेट सेंटर, जहां कैलिफोर्निया वॉलनट और एनडीएफसी के मेंबर हैं, उनके बीच एक मीटिंग का आयोजन किया गया। आइए देखिए इस रिपोर्ट को। आइए दोस्तों, बात करते हैं पामेला ग्रेविट, जो कि कैलिफोर्निया वॉलनट की वाइस प्रेसिडेंट हैं, और आइए इनसे बात करते हैं क्या बता रही हैं वॉलनट के बारे में और इंडिया हैबिटेट सेंटर में जो आज की मीटिंग ऑर्गेनाइज की गई उसमें किन मुद्दों पर जो है आज चर्चा की गई। मैम, वेलकम इन एएनएस मीडिया ग्रुप। प्लीज डिस्क्राइब टुडे प्रोग्राम दिस।
So today we're having a meeting of importers and others who distribute walnuts throughout India, and it's to help educate on the health benefits of walnuts and also how California can deliver high quality product here for consumers as well as for food manufacturing.
What benefits walnut?
Walnuts are extremely healthy for everyone's diet. So they're a great source of what we call omega-3, which is an essential nutrient that people need in their bodies, but they can only get from food. It also has protein and fiber. It's also a heart healthy food, so it's really good for your heart. It lowers cholesterol, and it's also good for your brain. The best thing is they help you sleep and have really good sleep quality.
Ma'am, please describe in this today program what this support in Indian market about walnut.
Yes, so for the last 10 years, we've been doing programs here in India to help people understand the health benefits of walnuts and also how to use them other than just cracking them open and snacking on them. There are so many uses that you can use here in India, such as a thickener for soups and stews, in some of the curries. They really add flavor and nutrition. So we've been doing a lot of education for more than a decade.
About something, Sven sir.
No, maybe about the Indian market. How do you see the
Oh, sure. So here in India, walnuts have been a part of the diet for a long, long time. But there's not enough production here, and there's a growing demand because people want to eat healthy, nutritious foods. And nuts in general and dried fruits are a great addition to the diet. So here in the Indian market, we've seen a lot of growth, particularly since COVID, as people are looking for those healthier options to feed their families.
थैंक यू मैम। ये बात करते हैं, शिवेन जी हैं यहाँ, क्या बता रहे हैं आज के मीटिंग के बारे में। शिवेन जी, एएनएस मीडिया में आपका स्वागत है। क्या कहेंगे आज के मीटिंग के बारे में, किस तरह का उत्साह दिखा दिल्ली के व्यापारियों के बीच?
नहीं, आज का इवेंट बहुत अच्छा रहा, सबका सहयोग मिला हमें। जितने ट्रेडर्स थे सब आए और उन्होंने पार्टिसिपेट करा इवेंट में। जो हमने देखा कि आज क्रॉप रिपोर्ट आई है तो हमें बहुत उत्साह है सारे ट्रेड में, और हम आशा करते हैं ऐसे मीट्स होते रहें और सब जुड़ते रहें एक साथ, एक फैमिली बन के। तो आज का इवेंट बहुत अच्छा रहा, और हम यही आशा करेंगे कि नट इंडस्ट्री, जिसमें बहुत पोटेंशियल है ग्रो करने के लिए, अभी बिल्कुल बहुत छोटा कंजम्पशन जो इंडिया का है पर कैपिटा बहुत ही कम है, तो धीरे धीरे वो बढ़ रहा है, और एकजुट होके हम इसको चाहते हैं कि वॉलनट्स के लिए ये मार्केट और भी बड़ी बने।
एनडीएफसी कितना सार्थक है वॉलनट के लिए?
नहीं, हम एनडीएफसी का आभारी हैं कि उन्होंने आज ये मिलके किया हमारे साथ, और एनडीएफसी हैज़ बिकम द वॉइस ऑफ द नट इंडस्ट्री। तो वी आर ग्रेटफुल टू एनडीएफसी कि उन्होंने सबको एक प्लेटफॉर्म पे लाए हैं, और जिससे कि एक जो नट एंड ड्राई फ्रूट है उसकी एकजुट होकर आवाज़ हर जगह पहुँचे, चाहे वो गवर्नमेंट चाहे कंज्यूमर, हर जगह सब एकजुट होकर पहुँचें।
आज के मीटिंग के बारे में राजीव सर क्या कहेंगे, और वॉलनट, कैलिफोर्निया और एनडीएफसी के बीच क्या संबंध है?
देखो जी, कैलिफोर्निया वॉलनट जैसे इन्होंने बताया एक गोल्ड है, और गोल्ड का, इंडिया को गोल्ड से हमेशा लव रहा है। गोल्ड एक ऐसी चीज़ है, तभी इन्होंने एक देखिए ना, इसका नाम ही इन्होंने रखा है कैलिफोर्निया वॉलनट गोल्ड। क्यों? क्योंकि इंडियंस को गोल्ड से प्यार है, गोल्ड क्वालिटी से प्यार है, और हमारा NDFC और कैलिफोर्निया वॉलनट का वही प्यार है जो हर इंडिया को नट्स पसंद है, और एक इंडिया नट ग्रोइंग कंट्री है, और जिस ढंग से इंडिया की डिमांड बढ़ रही है उस वक्त, और इनका कैलिफोर्निया वॉलनट का हमेशा मेरा सपोर्ट रहता है। कैलिफोर्निया की नॉट ओनली वॉलनट, बाकी आइटम का भी सपोर्ट रहता है। और अगर ये इस ढंग से हमारी ट्रेड मीट करेंगे और इसी ढंग से हमारे को आगे सब एक दूसरे से मिलते रहेंगे, व्यापार ऑलरेडी जिस स्पीड से बढ़ रहा है उसकी डबल स्पीड पे इंडिया में बढ़ेगा।
थैंक यू सर।
थैंक यू।
सर, अबाउट समथिंग टुडे प्रोग्राम एंड वॉलनट कैलिफोर्निया।
Walnut Californias are the best thing we can have for our diet in India, and this category is growing very fast, and Indians are eating walnuts in equal measure as almonds. And the days to come, India will import as much walnuts as the almonds. Sorry.
Obviously, it's a good year that everybody makes money, that the last 2 years have been such that the growers at every origin, because there was a disparity between the supply and demand. The supply had exceeded demand, so there was a disparity, and the growers were losing money. So as an industry, we have to see that every channel, whether it's the grower, whether it's the trader, the importer, the processor, the retailer in the end, everybody has to make money to have a sustainable business.
Trade meets are helping us to make our nut industry convert into nuts family. So I thank you Shivain and California Walnut to arrange these kind of trade meets. Thank you so much.
Representing that it should be per kg. And I had a discussion with them, and I told them that they should tell the government that the walnut are 35 rupees a kg. Whom are they protecting? India hardly produce any walnut. Very little walnut India is producing. And that 100% or 150 rupees per kg which is proposed is very high. So you people should push.
Or through the USDA or the USTR, you need to get the tariff rationalized on a per kg basis. All this work that you are doing is very good. So that should be taken, since the DC is here and we are going to be seeing the ambassador on Monday also. We mentioned that to him. I think we need to address that. That will increase the consumption. I'll just give you an example of almonds. We used to import 50 containers of almonds way back in the 1980s, early 80s when I started my career. We are importing 12,000 containers. So that is the kind of growth that you can get. Get it on a per kg basis. You have to have some give and take. Be ready to sacrifice something for us.
So we've been working with USTR, our embassy staff, our state and federal legislators for the last 5.5 years, ever since this tariff went into place. We really appreciate that the NPFC is also working to talk with the Indian government, because it's going to take a push on both sides in order for that to be resolved. We don't expect it to be resolved tomorrow, but it is something we continuously work on in order to get the tariff to something that is more reasonable. So we continue to work on it on a regular basis with USTR and everybody else that we can talk to get that tariff lowered so that it becomes much more manageable, whether it's a per kg tariff or just a lowering of tariff overall.
Yeah, actually,
porous borders, the Chinese material is coming from, think about any place in India. Irrespective of duty, we've seen the phenomenal growth in India besides the duty. Even if you don't reduce the duty, it's still growing at a decent pace. If the duty gets reduced, obviously we'll see an exponential growth in that. But China is a threat in the sense to the volumes they are producing it, and that's interjecting from the porous borders coming into India. So what's the strategy to deal with that, irrespective of the, and then obviously California doesn't have the bandwidth in terms of the quality competitiveness to Chile. in terms of color. So it will always have a second fiddle in terms of the penetration into India market. We understand that. That's relative in terms of your understanding of quality. Perception, because India, as Gunjan said, we eat by eyes initially. It's a presentation, but there's a phenomenal market which is beyond that, that snacking market, which is the ingredient market, which obviously you can handle it in a much bigger way. But China, with the porous borders, how do we tackle that going forward? I mean, how does the great, first of all, USDA team, they've been awesome. Just to give a big round of applause to them, they've been just like great people. So,
what I can tell you is China is the largest producer. We also look at their exports. So I know there's porous borders, but official exports out of the projected 1.5 million metric tons that they'll produce in this crop year, they're going to export about 400,000 metric tons. The majority of that crop is going to Eastern European countries and into the Middle East at this time. It's not really penetrating India, and it's not really penetrating Europe in a large way. So I think it's really, there's room for all, and it's a taste preference, it's a quality preference, and of course, for you guys, it's a price difference. But we can't change what another country does. We can only improve what we do as a growing region and in delivering the best quality possible. To get health claims, and those health claims are very difficult, where they say, yes, in fact, this lowers your cholesterol. Yes, in fact, this does help with cognition. So, I'm almost to the end. I know you're anxious to eat. So we are so excited to be partnering with MIWA. We were here in February, and we will be back in Mumbai in February. And it's a great conference. It's a great venue where the entire nut and dried fruit industry here in the country gets together. And we are just very excited to be a part of that.